So it's been a while since I did a Men of War vid, and I just felt the urge to do one, so why not a versus series one, which I haven't done in a very long time, about almost 10 years actually. Time flies. So this is an M26 Pershing versus an IS-2, Russian IS-2, so a duel of the heavy tanks, American armour versus Russian armour. So on paper the specs look kind of even. The IS-2's got a more powerful gun and slightly more armoured. The Pershing, I think, is a bit faster, a bit more nimble. And I remember a couple of years ago somebody encouraged me to do this one and I never did. So, as I say, decided I'd put this out there. I think both tanks are incredible. I've always been a fan of the IS-2. The way its sloped armour kind of evolved into what became later Cold War era tanks. And I think the Pershing was probably one of the first proper American attempts at a heavy tank. And then there was a T-29 eventually, but that never really saw combat in World War II. It was a super heavy variant, I believe. So, lots of deflections, and oh, we just saw that. The quite a few shots fired at both tanks there. The frontal armour deflections, but it looked like the IS-2 got in there, got a whole crush. So 1-0 to the IS-2. I had a feeling this might be quite an even one, but let's see how it pans out. So far the IS-2 has shown its strength. I guess that 122mm main gun is considerably better than the 90mm Pershing. Oh, the Pershing's damaged again. Looks like another hull damaged. Not quite out of the fight yet. Hull damaged again, so that hull's getting really weak. It's looking like the IS-2 might sneak in another victory here. You never know. I think it missed, but there was a deflection. Oh, okay. So the Pershing turned that one around. Got an outright kill on the IS-2 there. I guess there was an ammo explosion, so the IS-2 caught fire. So it's even. We could be in for a treat here with these two tanks battling it out. So same again. This is all driven by the AI, and this is Men of War Assault Squad with the War Realism mod, the original Assault Squad, with a mod called War Realism. And personally, that's my favourite combination. I still prefer the original Assault Squad with all the mods. No particular reason. It's very similar really to Assault Squad 2. So, again, frontal armour seems to be key here. There's not much flanking going on. Oh, so Pershing just got the kill there. I had a feeling the IS-2 was about to do that, but no, Pershing got in. So I'm surprised Pershing's holding its ground here quite well against the IS-2. I was expecting to see some long range kills, but this map doesn't really allow for that because of the tree lines and bushes, etc. There is this road though. I may mix it up, I may change the positions of the tanks because we want to make this as even as possible. Closing in. I'm not quite sure why the AI sometimes glitches out, I will be honest. I'm not quite sure what's happening here. Oh, okay, interesting. It's a weird victory that. I actually think the AI glitched in the Pershing, but I don't know for sure. But whatever, it's 2-2. It's still even. Let's see how we go. I'm not doing best of 5, by the way. I'm going to just keep this going until it's obvious as a clear winner. Sometimes best of 5. I used to do that a few years ago with this versus series, but I'm not going to do that now. Oh, main gun destroyed. So The Pershing's got it. There's no point keeping that fight going. Because, oh, and now he's destroyed the IS-2 outright. So, yeah, I think maybe the Pershing has a slight advantage because the IS-2 has to flank around that rock. So I'm going to mix things up a little bit here. So the IS-2 is now in position where the Pershing was, and the Pershing's now going to have to negotiate that rock on the roadside. Immediately the IS-2 takes a hit. Sorry, the Pershing even takes a hit. IS-2's moving in. Pershing returns fire, IS-2 returns fire, both deflections. Crew confused. Some savage hits here. This is a real standoff now. And the Pershing is a smoking wreck. Okay, so that rock may have been a big factor in this. Interesting. So it's 3-3. Oh! Sniper kill. Long range kill there from the Pershing. Sneaky little shot through the tree line. So can't argue with that. I think that's a victory for the Pershing. Let's keep this going for a bit. I'll be honest, I want the IS-2 to win really, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. So, okay, closing in. And again, Pershing gets the hit off, but that's only a track hit. IS-2's returning fire immediately. And the IS-2 can no longer move, so the Pershing may go for a flanking manoeuvre. Can't get that frontal kill, and the IS-2 cannot defeat the frontal armour of the Pershing. Bit of a stalemate. And the AI's decided not to attempt to flank, which is typical of the AI in Men of War. It does sometimes surprise you though, the AI in this game. It's not terrible, but obviously it's no human. Okay, so this is a bit of a slobber knocker. This is just who gets the first frontal kill, frontal armour, penetration kill. I'm not sure it's going to happen, to be honest. You know what? I think this is a draw. I think this round is a draw. I'm gonna see. Yeah, I think they've given up. Oh no, well, that could go on forever. That's a draw. How are we doing? So here we go, I'm rounding it up again. It's a stalemate. We've got a stalemate situation. It's not going to affect the score really. So, oh, here we go. Immediately. There's some flanking going on. There's some flanking. Let's see what happens here. Oh no. Engine destroyed. Well, it's the engine, so the IS-2 can still go. The IS-2 can traverse that turret. Pershing's flanking. The IS-2's in a very vulnerable position now. Rear's exposed. Who's going to get the shot? Can the IS-2 do it? No. No. Wow, that was inevitable. You know what? The Pershing is proving the dominant tank here. I would say it's close, but the Pershing is the one, I think. So we can't leave it there, can we? So IS-2 was actually defeated there by the Pershing, surprisingly. But let's see what the IS-3 can bring to the table. IS-3, later war era tank, more a Cold War era tank really. Massive evolution. As you can see, whoa, it's already taken a hit, hull damaged. That's a surprise. Again, a sniper shot from the Pershing. But yeah, the IS-3 got very modern, very sloped armour, very impressive design tank. Something that looks almost space agey. Terrified the Allies when Stalin introduced it during a Soviet arms rally. It was so ahead of its time. But oh no, okay, I think we missed that. The IS-3 just got a whole Pierce shot there. No messing around. AP round went straight through both sides of that Pershing. I think it killed the crew. No reaction at all from the Pershing now. Yeah, so that IS-3, it's got the same cannon, same main gun as the IS-2, 120mm, but I think its armour is probably a different league. It's not that much different on paper to the IS-2, but I think it's got a little bit more armour going on. The frontal armour, I think there's lots of deflection potential. Again, the IS-3, long range, it's almost like it's firing at a higher velocity round, higher velocity shell, or something's different. But yeah, that IS-3 is dominating. We're going to flip it. So the M26 Pershing is now coming up that road. The IS-3 is coming from the other side of the map. Let's see if that changes anything. So the Pershing's got a few hits in on the IS-3. Damaged the hull, but nothing else. Pershing gets the shot off. IS-3 returns immediately and immediately damages the hull of the Pershing. Go. Deflections, no. IS-3's flanking. No response from the Pershing. I think the crew's dead. Another one to the IS-3, I believe. This is starting to look like a dominant streak from the IS-3. I'm not surprised by this. The IS-2 was really more of a contender, or more of an even matchup for the Pershing, I think. I guess perhaps an interesting battle would be the IS-3 versus the M29, or the T-29 even, the later American heavy tank. Oh, okay, so I actually didn't quite see that in time, but yeah, that's another kill for the Pershing. One hit, one kill. The IS-3 is dominating. This isn't really worth continuing with. I'm going to say the IS-3 is the victor. It isn't close enough to keep this one going. But that was an interesting little versus series. Pershing surprisingly defeated the IS-2, or is it surprisingly? Be interesting to see what people think of that in the comments. But the IS-3 ultimately, it's a different league entirely to the IS-2.